Should have come back there.
FYI, it's live. It's on. I don't know if I'll be able to get back in here or not. Got it.
You got a dog on this so you don't walk into a wall.
I know.
That thing.
Right? It's like my dad's dog and my mom, you know? That's
Hey, you guys, you got drinks. We're leaving outside. You got drinks or food? Stay outside.
happen. Lots of success in sports and other activities. So we got some people up here who are our coaches and sponsors are gonna be recognizing a lot of different people. All right, let's make sure that we give everyone the respect they deserve when they're up here accepting their awards, and we give them their attention. All right, because like I said, we got a lot of good things and a lot of people saying a lot of good things about you. So make sure we're all listening and be respectful and give everyone the recognition they deserve. All right. So welcome to our middle school awards assembly. Okay, we'll start out with our fall sports, and we'll just go right down the list. So we'll start with cross country, and when they're done, we'll just follow the agenda and keep going from there. So for cross country, we got Mrs. Bellinger and Mrs. Watkins.
I'll go ahead and have the cross country kids come on up. I'd like to start off by congratulating all the other sports on their seasons. It was kind of nice being able to sit back and kind of watch all the different seasons and see how well everything went. I think someone later will explain a lot of that stuff to you, but congratulations to all those sports. Seeing all of the kids out participating, it does get me excited for what we will see next year. You've got some really great athletes in this 8th grade class ready to come up, so that is pretty exciting. I do want to thank Mr. Reeman, where he went, Mr. Reeman, for all the work that he puts in as the junior high principal and athletic director. He's got a tough job to do, and I appreciate all his help during the season. I want to thank Coach Watkins. This is Coach Watkins' first year doing cross country. She did a fantastic job. She's nice, a good assistant to have someone to kind of talk through, bounce ideas off of. It makes things a lot easier and doesn't mind getting on that bike and riding miles, so I appreciate her. I'd like to thank the parents of these athletes for all they do. I appreciate seeing all the faces at meets and cheering all the kids on. I appreciate all the help that they do with fundraising for our team. This year, our team took our team trip to Omaha, Nebraska, where we went to the Amazing Pizza Machine. The kids were able to play video games, and ride go-karts and bumper boats. They played laser tag. They had unlimited food, drinks, slushies all day. We took a lot of time to drive up there, but we packed a lot of fun in the 7 hours that we were there. We obviously still do a lot of fun stuff during practice, try to break up the monotony. We do our shake, our ice runs after some tough Friday meets. And then, most importantly, I do want to thank the athletes. I want to thank them for making this an incredible season. I do really appreciate all of their efforts. And I will now start with the boys. The boys had an incredible season. In the meets that they scored teams, which they don't always do, we finished 2nd at Silver Lake, 1st at Linden, 4th at Council Grove, 2nd at the Osage Invitational, and the boys finished 2nd in league. We also had one young man break on the record board this year, Mason Workman. We keep records on, you can see them right up front, the top 10 high school, top 2 8th grade, and the top 2 7th graders. So Mason right now is sitting number 2 on the 7th grade record board. Let's give him a round of applause. And certificates today will go to Julian Farrar. You guys want to do the 2 clap? You got to do the 2 clap? There we go. Mason Workman. Isaac Carnes. Ronan Roll. Brody Thompson. Harrison Bailey. Holden Vaughn. Landon Pettigrew. And now we'll talk about the girls. We obviously had a great group of girls this season. In the meets that were scored this year for the teams, they finished 1st at Silver Lake. They finished 1st at Linden, They finished third at Council Road, getting beat by two very large teams. We finished first at the Osage Invitational, and these girls right here are your back-to-back league champions. So give them a round of applause. I'd also like to congratulate Emery Speaks and Jaden Bossy. They also are now number 1 and 2 on the 7th grade record board. They are now number 1 and 2 on the 8th grade record board. And I obviously can see them moving up very quickly on that high school board as well. So give them a round of applause. And here are your girls. Addie Couch. Harper Koenig, Laurel Lowry, Grace Hokinson, Sarah Lowry, Mallory Patterson, Peyton Pitts, Valley Meek, Jaden Bossy, and Emery Speaks. I truly believe that if we can keep this group of girls together, you're going to witness some school history and probably real soon. I'd like to thank these athletes one more time for all their hard work and dedication that they showed this year. This truly was an amazing season. I do look forward to next season and what it will bring, and hopefully we see you and a lot more classmates there this summer. Next up will be Coach Ford, volleyball. Thank you.
Okay, I'll do the same thing. Let me have junior high girls play volleyball. Okay, it seems like it's been an eternity ago since we played volleyball, being a fall sport, and now we're in the school year. First of all, our girls did really, really good. Yes, we were our league champs in volleyball. We went to the league tournament kind of late in age, didn't play so well, but throughout the course of the season, as far as wins and losses were concerned, this was a really, really special season. But with these girls, it goes beyond that. Just the practice every day and the games throughout the season and just working with this group of girls, it was one of my favorite junior high volleyball seasons that I've had so far. And that's just a credit to the girls. They really wanted to improve, they wanted to work hard, they wanted to listen, they wanted to be coachable. And I hope that they can carry that on to next year with our 8th grade girls. So I'm kind of talking to the 8th grade girls right now. With me being the junior high coach and also being a teacher and coach in the high school, our high school volleyball team has the potential of being really good next year. We're going to have just the right combination of girls coming back from last year's high school team, and some of these girls can move into some spots in there. And then 2 years from now, I think our high school volleyball team is going to be really, really special. But I think what I'm saying to some of the girls here is you need to be working hard between now and that time. It's not just going to be handed to you. You need to hit the weight room. You've got to be able to jump maybe a little bit higher, maybe be just a little bit quicker, maybe just a little bit stronger. And I think you need to also continue to work on your skills as a volleyball player, playing outside of the season and those types of things. The other thing I would say about junior high volleyball, it's an experience. If you notice, we have over 20 girls up here for junior high volleyball. Then when they go to high school, this all kind of breaks off. Some of these girls won't go out for high school volleyball, and that's fine. As long as you're out for something. Our high school offers girls golf, which I've had a lot of girls go from junior high volleyball and playing girls golf. There's always cross country, and obviously there's always volleyball. So I think it's important for all of you to take what you had as an experience here in high school for junior high volleyball and continue that as far as athletics. Being involved in stuff is so important. when you're in high school. And I'm probably saying that to everybody else sitting out here. I don't know how you get through a school year without being involved in something. To me, it would be boring showing up at school at 8 o'clock in the morning, leaving at 3:30, and just doing schoolwork all day. To me, what makes school special is being involved in activities, whether it's sports, whether it's band, whether it's debate, whatever it is. That's my little plug for getting people involved and making what the high school or the school experience is really about. The 7th grade girls, you need to improve this year too. You need to hit the weight room, and you need to get better for next year. And the 6th grade girls that are going to be playing next year, we have our summer weight room. You need to get involved in that and do all of that type of stuff. So, like I said earlier, this group of girls is just unbelievable to work with and really fun, and it was an enjoyable season, and I really hope they have a lot of success when they come to high school. So these are the girls that play volleyball. We have Sydney Strongram, Riley Staley, Leah Raymond, Madison McFarland, Chloe Martin, Lillian Lohmeyer, Kenna Guerin, Reagan Farwell, Haley Dunlap, Victoria Gorman, Brea Ritchie, Addison Watson, Riley Brown, Mariah Gentry, Olivia Hastings, Julia Tisselman, DJ Long, Bea Palacio, Alexis Riley, Allison Sloop, Zaya Spade, Brooklyn Johnson, McKenna McFarland, and Ellie Bowman. That's it for junior high volleyball. Looks like we're moving on to Mr. Smith and football.
Well, I'm getting pretty ready up here for football player. I'd like to start first by thanking the USD 420 board and our administrators for giving me the opportunity again to coach middle school football. I've been coaching middle school football for a long time. It's the only football coaching job I've ever really had. I was struck early in my coaching career at a coaching clinic, middle school football coaching clinic, when the speaker said he gets frustrated when he hears people say it's only middle school football, or it's only middle school basketball, or it's only middle school, like there's something small or diminished about it. He said, this is the highest level that these kids are allowed to play at this time. And they they deserve the highest level of appreciation and respect for what they do, whatever activity it is that they're doing. So I really enjoy coaching middle school football. I think I really connect with these boys really well. I really appreciate the opportunity to continue to coach them. It's been a lot of fun. This group in particular, I've been coaching for quite a while. I also want to like to thank bus drivers and custodians for always getting us safe to our away games, getting the fields and everything prepped and ready to go. I feel real fortunate here in the big city. Field prep is not on my list of to-dos, or that I have to ask my coaches to do. So I really appreciate Alan and the other guys that help get that practice field, get the game field all prepped, ready to go. I appreciate, I'd like to thank Ms. Hutton for all the help getting substitutes and getting everything ready in the office. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to make middle school sports season or even any sports season function between scheduling, between drivers and substitutes, and especially when you're helping out because you got to redo stuff sometimes. But I appreciate all their help in helping make the season possible. I also want to thank my wife for continuing to allow me the time and opportunity to do this job. Like I said, it's not just middle school football, so I'm watching film, I'm staying up late at night, I'm meeting with coaches. It takes a lot of time away from the house, away from the family, so I appreciate her support in allowing me to do that. I'd like to thank all the boys' parents. A lot of them, I feel like we've known each other for a long time. Since I've been coaching this group since third grade in football, and some of these guys I coached in T-ball back when they barely picked up the bat. So I really appreciate all the efforts they've made over the years getting the kids to where they need to be, to practices, to games, picked up on time. It really makes the job a lot easier. And I want to thank these boys. It's been one heck of a long ride. I've coached this group longer than most high school coaches get to coach for. Developed a lot of great relationships over that time. So let's announce who they are. Let's get to that part. So first up, Sawyer Dorsey. I've also got Coach Lou. Let me explain for just one moment. I'm horrible at remembering to introduce people. I'm going to interrupt in the middle here as part of my apologize for it. I also want to introduce my assistant coach, Travis Blue. He teaches at the high school, coaches middle school basketball. He'll be up here in a minute. Brock Baxter, the high school teacher. They were a great asset to me this last season. We took on a big challenge with the boys. Started the summer camp. We decided that they were ready, that we advanced them well into the high school passing game system that they were going to use when they get to high school. And those coaches put in a lot of time to learn it themselves, to teach it to the boys, and it paid off dividends for us, especially in that last game, which is what was it looked like a college game with all the balls being thrown around that day. All right, number 2 was Tristan Price. Number 5, Lucas Gangbine. Number 6, Tyson Mullins. Number 7, Layton Moon. Number 8, Gage Garner. Number 11, Reed Silver. Number 12, Payson Parsons. Number 22, Layton Peterson. Number 24, Ashton Rowley. Number 33, Brody Kirkpatrick. Number 44, Severn Rumble. Number 83, Dylan Teal. Number 60, Colin Curley. Number 52, Austin Lamb. Number 58, Gunnar Tincher. Number 63, Cameron Silgenberg. Number 65, Camden Jackson. Number 68, Noah Martinez. No, that's last year. Oh, man. Zach Green. Number 74, Colby Fagan. Number 75, Levi Punchett. Number 77, Gavin Harrison. Number 79, Brady Bowen. Number 80, Tate Smith. Number 88, Quinn Stark. And then my managers this year were Jordan Decker and Rylan Treecliff. What Coach Blue is also handing out to these boys is their medals. We were again for the 8th grade, 9th grade, 5th grade. For the 5th year in a row, we were the 11-man Lincoln Hills Junior League champion. For the 4th time in the school history, we had an undefeated 7-0 record. Again, that's the group. I want to echo some of what Coach Ford said about the potential for this group, similar to those girls. This is a group that has a lot of potential in the near future to make some school history when we get to high school. It is important that you get to the weight room. It is important that you get stronger. It's important that you gain your skills. Biggest challenge that this group is going to face is as they progress into high school, some of them are going to make varsity time before others, just as different positions have different needs. So it's important that they stay together, stay committed to each other, stay in the process. Every time this group has been together, they've been champions. The 7th and 8th grade group. Every year that they have played together in the game of football, they've been champions. And we expect that to continue, but that's going to take a lot of hard work. Okay? Thank you.
All right, good morning. I want to echo what the other coaches as far as gratitude. Okay, Mr. Reedman, he makes it easier on me because I don't really have to worry about buses and time. He's got it already prepared for me. Mrs. Hutton, she usually shoots out like in eligibility, make sure our priority is academics, and then the bonus is the sport aspect of it. So make sure that these guys are eligible to be out there. Fortunately, I have a good group of athletes here that I didn't really have to stress about that too much. The custodians are getting the gym ready, getting practices ready. Sometimes the goals are up, and they come in and get those goals put down so we have a little bit more space for practice. Mrs. Davenport, Mrs. Lopez, making sure we get to the game safely. Mr. Lohmeyer, I know he worked with us at the NFHS cameras that allowed us to at least meet, to view the home games in nice high definition. It was wonderful and beautiful. Also, Mr. Butch, Coach Butch, he helped provide a lot of his knowledge of the game that really helped us out throughout the season. Some of his plays, like Migo, so he always is over there to my side, kind of pitching ideas that we can use on the basketball floor. I also want to give up to parents. This year, it's your support and your dedication and being there at the games and cheering on your child basketball. I want to do a special reach out to Nancy Lamb. At the end of the season, we had a great successful season. At the end of the season, we put together a pizza party. She kind of helped organize that along with other parents to kind of give us that celebration. And then managers, they make sure the equipment is there, it's ready. It's kind of an unusual year again because we don't have sports water bottles that we can go and fill up. So it's kind of go out there and fill up one of their bottles. Who knows where their bottle is? So thank you for that. I want to especially thank Dane Lacey, Rocky Stevenson, Matthew Leonard. Dane has been a basketball manager with me for the last 3 years, but I also cannot forget Colin Curley. Okay, there's a reason why I just switched in there. He has been in the basketball program also for 3 years. We're only 2 years manager. I have for a player his 7th grade year. I tried to plead to get him to play again in 8th grade year. It didn't work out. He just didn't want to run. Also, the last one I cannot forget are the players. I was handed a great group of young men that made my job a lot easier this season. And I think their ability to work together, a lot of these guys on the varsity JV level played together in some other sport. They either were in cross country together or they played football together in the fall. And so by the time I get them in basketball, it's a little bit easier to meld them as a team. And that's especially important. If you've ever heard them call me Papa Baloo, okay? I want to give a little bit of the story behind that because it sounds weird at first when they start yelling at you, Papa Baloo. Okay? There was that moment in practice where, you know, 7th and 8th grade boys, they get a little rowdy. And so I wanted to take an opportunity, get the boys together in a nice little huddle moment. Many of us wear these little jelly bands on our wrists. And on these jelly bands, it says family, OC pride. And so I was using that jelly band as an opportunity to say, hey, I see guys wearing these around. It says family on there. We got to treat each other nice. We got to we're our team or a family. You guys are like brothers. They can kind of relive it a little bit. And in my mind, I mistakenly said, I guess that kind of makes me like your parent or your father. And they're like, Daddy! And I was like, you're not calling me Daddy. If anything, I'll accept this Papa Blue. So it definitely stuck. I wanted to tell that story to get out there because I'm probably going to hear it a lot next year. So in case you hear it. A couple things. I think we started the season great. We had a close Mission Valley game. I was a little nervous about where we were going. It was our first home game. Nearly went into overtime. We ended up barely pulling off a win at the very end, 40-43. If you weren't at that game, it was pretty exciting. The tape kind of made me nervous because we got a technical foul there at the very end of the game for something that the other teams did, which was make sure you wait for the referee to call you onto the court before you run onto the court. It's a pretty exciting moment, except for that moment, but that brings all the joy. Boys C team, they did a great job. I'm very proud of each and every one of them. When we start the season, that's what I look for. When we go JV or C, I'm not looking for the W's. I'm looking for how much you progress throughout the season. I have players there that couldn't make a basket in practice, and then by the end of the season, they were making baskets almost 100% of the time. Primarily, I want to shout out to Mason Werdeman for that. At the beginning of the season, I was like, man, this is a tall kid. He's right under there. He should be able to make that basket. At the end, it was almost like he couldn't miss the basket. So incredible growth on that. They ended their season 9-1. JV finished the season with a 13-2 record, only losing 2 regular season games. There's a lot of positivity there. A lot of these guys are stepping up at the next level next year. And then, of course, I can't leave out varsity. They finished the season with a 16-0 record, undefeated, and winning the league, regular season, and tournament. During the tournament, these boys were really challenged with the talented last-seeded Chase County game. We didn't get a fair look at Chase County at the beginning, and they were our first game for the 8th seed. Fortunately, we were able to pull it off, 30 to 27, which helped lead us to the tournament championship. Our team, as a team, all these young men here, as a season, 38 wins and 3 losses. That's pretty incredible. Give them a hand for that. I'm only going to add a little bit of season stats here, but varsity team outscored their opponents 614 points to 304. To double an opponent's score throughout the season is phenomenal. Every one of these boys pushed up and down the court, offensively and defensively. We were 42% from the 2-point line, unfortunately 27% behind the arc, not much of 3-point shooting group, but we increased our free throws from 35% last year to 45% this year, so we saw phenomenal growth. Dylan Till, give him a hand. That's the team with the most points, 248 points for the season. Right behind Dylan was Casey Parsons, give him a hand. And he had a total of 153 points, and Casey improved his free throw percentage to 53% this year, so give him a hand on that one. Austin Land, total 65 points for the season. Tate Smith, 60 points. Severin Rummel, 50 points. Reed Silver, 18 points. So a lot of supporting cast on that court. I'm looking ahead to next year, and then on June 6th, remember we'll start our camp. But I'm going to have Coach help. Coach Butch is going to hand out some certificates. So let's do a 2 clap when I call their name. They can pick up their certificate. All right, number 2, Quentin Stark. Number 3, Dylan Teal. Number 5, Casey Parsons. Number 10, Tristan Price. Number 11, Isaac Carnes. Number 12, Holden Gahn. Number 13, Tyson Mullen. Number 14, Mason Werdeman. Number 15, Tate Smith. Number 20, Brody Kirkpatrick. Number 21, Reed Silver. 22, Lakin Peterson. I will. Number 23, Lucas Gaspar. Number 25, Severin Rummel. Number 35, Zach Green. Number 45, Gavin Erickson. Number 50, Levi Punches. Number 53, Austin Lamb. Number 54, Colby Fagan. And we had 4 managers this year. We didn't have last year we had 40 players. This year, thank goodness I split it in half. We had 20 players, but we had 4 managers. Recognized, I don't have them in order, but Colin Curley, Dane Lacey, Matthew Leonard, and then of course there's Rocky Stevenson. Hey, like I said, I encourage the 8th graders to step up, go to the high school level. These guys did a great job. Give them a laugh and an applause.
we've had this year at OCMS. I mean, pretty impressive. Let's do this just real quick, because I feel like some of you need an opportunity to stand up and stretch anyway. If you participated, if you were any part of competition this year for Osage City Middle School, just stand up real quick. I know, just take a look around, man. Look how many people that involves. Give yourself a round of applause, please. If you're not standing, stand up for just a moment, stretch out a little bit. And while they're doing that, basketball ladies, come on up. Okay, thank you. I should have your attention now, please, and thank you. All right, so first of all, I want to say just a few thank yous as well. Mr. Raymond, thanks for everything that he does. You know, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes that I don't think we always take into account to make all of this happen. But without Mr. Raymond, Ms. Hutton, custodial staff, bus drivers, none of this happens. I mean, think about the amazing facilities that we have here at Osage City, the pride that we take. Our custodial staff does a tremendous job of getting things prepared, getting things cleaned up, and it's fantastic to play, participate, and be a part of such great facilities. So that's also a shout out to the community as well for just taking good care of us there at Osage City. Coach K, and Coach K is a head high school coach. Good friend of mine, just a tremendous basketball guru. I would throw that term out there, Coach K. But Coach K, Coach K and I spend a lot of time at school, outside of school, just talking basketball. 95% of our conversations often lead to something about basketball, and so I appreciate his support. Tremendous coach, and he takes a lot of pride in our basketball program, not being a high school program and a middle school program as two separate entities, but he takes a lot of pride in this being one program and does a great job of trying to help us build for the high school, so I appreciate that. Obviously, parents, a lot of these young ladies standing up here have put a lot of time and energy into something outside of school, and that doesn't happen without the financial support, the time, the driving, if you were to look at some of these guys' schedules outside of the season, I don't know how they pull it off. A lot of these families spend a lot of time in the ball field during the gym, watching these young ladies. So thank you for everything that you've done. Special thank you to the Kissman family. They've donated a very generous donation of a shooting machine, the gun that a lot of these young ladies have used a ton. That thing is going to get quite a workout over the next however long it lasts, so we greatly appreciate that. Managers, we had two great managers this year, Haley Dunlap and Allie Riley. Again, sometimes I think that's a position that doesn't often get a lot of recognition, but they do a lot of that behind the scenes stuff for Coach Spicer and I, so I appreciate your help, Allie and Haley. And then special thank you to Coach Spicer. A head coach, in my opinion, is only as good as their assistant coaches. And Coach Spicer is phenomenal. She's willing to do about anything and not afraid to ask questions. And Coach Spicer is going to retire from the Osage City Middle School basketball program. For the time being, we'll see if we can get her back at some point, but she's got a lot going on. But Coach Spicer is fantastic. Greatly appreciate it. She's done it for me and for these young ladies, so thank you for that. And then obviously the players. This isn't anything new that you haven't heard yet. This group of middle school students and athletes, they're just phenomenal. I mean, it's so excited as a coach to just kind of anticipate what's to come. And same thing Coach Ford, Coach Luke, and Coach Bellamy said, man, stay together. Keep working together, keep fighting for one another, keep working hard in the weight room and outside of your school sports, because that's, I mean, truly what it takes. You know, these young ladies, you're going to hear a few things that I say about the varsity scoring and shooting percentages and three-point makes and that sort of thing. That stuff doesn't happen during just season practices. I mean, a lot of these young ladies you see up here have already put in thousands of shots on that shooting machine that the Kissel family donated. I wish there was a count somehow on how many shots some of these girls have put up in their lifetime. I don't know, 100,000 maybe. I don't know. It would be kind of fun to know just how much time and how many shots they put up. You don't become a good shooter by just shooting during practice. So, thank you. Listen, basketball is not an easy sport. You know, and I tell these girls all the time, you don't have to be here, right? It's not an obligation, but it's an opportunity. And you got to do a lot of running, right? There's a lot of conditioning, a lot of intense moments, and there's a lot of moments where your body really wants you to stop and find something else to do, right? That couch and Netflix sounds a lot better than running another line sprint. If you ask these guys, they probably have a favorite. 16 in a minute 10 is one of their favorite conditioning drills. And I thought maybe if any of you are wanting to stick around after school, we could do one more. Alright. Try it. Alright, but I greatly appreciate their commitment to the team. You know, and I look forward to them committing to Coach K. And I wish you guys all the best of luck in high school. There's some great things coming, so stick together. Alright, without further ado, combined season A, B, and C had a record of 28 and 15. You know, as I was looking back at the records and kind of making some notes for today, honestly, I didn't realize this, but we finished the year really strong, on a very strong note. We finished the year combined 12-0. So if you think about that, out of the 28 of our wins, 12 of them came at the very end, and that's combined A, B, and C. We swept our last 3 regular season opponents. It's always a lot of fun when you can go in and win A, B, and C all on the same night. The A team went on to finish 3-0 in the league tournament, and that's how I came up with that 12-0. So give them a quick round of applause for finishing basketball, you know, middle school basketball also has a challenge in just the way it's laid out. You know, you get into shape, the first, you know, we got 10 practices before the first game. And then you start into the regular season, and it just goes crazy, 2 games a week. And then you've got Thanksgiving break in there where you take about 5 days off, you come back and try to get back into shape. And then you run into Christmas break, right, where you get, I don't know, like 2.5 months off, it feels like a time. But then you come back, and let's face it, it takes a lot longer to get into shape than it does to fall out of shape, right? And so you've got really a week, and then you play a final season game and jump right into the tournament. So the way the season is split up, it kind of poses some challenges. So that just honestly tells me, you know, just gives these guys a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of grit, in my opinion. You know, they finished strong, they stayed the course, and wrapped it up well. So, A team finished first in league standings, as well as first place in the league tournament, and we finished 15-1, and that one loss will sting for a while, you know, and I know it was tough. You know, it was a game at Mission Valley. Why are you smiling down there, Jake? So, let me take a quick side note, real quick. One thing that I truly enjoyed this year was the friendly competition between the boys and the girls. Don't think for a minute the other team or the other whatever. The boys were. Let me back up. The boys were a tremendous support. All right, don't get me wrong. I love. There was a couple of games there where, you know, I look up and I hear this crazy loudness coming from the stands, and I'm like, what the heck is going on up there? And it's a bunch of the boys basketball teams just cheering and going crazy. So, but with that, with their support comes a lot of, I don't know, what would you call it? Friendly banter, maybe? We'll keep it that way, right? A lot of friendly competition. So that one loss on our side stings even a little bit more because that gave the boys just a slight edge, right? But we'll get them in shooting percentage here in a little bit. I did hear the free throw percentages that Coach Blue rattled off there. So, 18 finished first in the league, first in the league tournament. We got some sweet revenge on Chase County. They beat us last year. This group of 8th graders or 7th graders, they beat us last year in the championship game, and that one hurt. You know, that was a kind of a crazy season with COVID stuff, and so I knew this team was going to come back. We had high expectations, and I knew this team, you know, had every chance of being fantastic, and they definitely lived up to it. The A team shattered several different middle school records since I've been on the girls' side, including points scored on the year, 3-point baskets attempted, 3-point basket makes, 3-pointers made per game. Listen, I've coached some teams on the girls' side that, I mean, if we hit 5 3-pointers in the year, that might be giving them a couple, right? This group averaged 4.5 3-pointers a game. I don't know that that'll be done again, at least while I'm coaching. I mean, that is just fantastic. And again, that's just, you know, a pat on the back to these ladies that spend so much time outside of practice shooting the ball. It's incredible. You know, the first time we worked with the shooting machine, the gun there, the percentage came up and it was like 40-some%, and these were 3-pointers. And I was like, there's no way this thing cannot be right. There's no way we just shot 100 shots and these girls hit 45%. Actually, it might have been even closer to 50. But these girls can flat out shoot, so it's a lot of fun, man. This game is a lot easier when you put 3-pointers in, so that's pretty awesome. JV, C team, I tell you what, one of the biggest enjoyments that I have with coaching middle school sports is watching the progress made, kind of like Coach Blue mentioned. But the progress that some of these ladies made from day one, we run a layup drill the first practice of the year, and it's sometimes almost a little comical to watch it because you're wondering how in the world does the ball go over the backboard so many times? How does the ball not touch the net? But if you were to video the very first practice of the year and the very last practice of the year, you wouldn't believe the progress that's made throughout the year. So I greatly appreciate all the hard work and just staying the course throughout the season. All right, let's go. If I could have the 8th graders step forward for just a moment, please. Okay, so just a special note to the 8th graders. First of all, just a very special thank you, man. This is a great group. You know, we had a couple new additions this year on the 8th grade side that didn't play last year. Thank you for stepping outside of your comfort zone and joining the team to play basketball. I appreciate that. That's what middle school sports is all about. Anybody and everybody should be out there that wants to participate. But this is a very special group. You know, you've heard this time and time again today with some fantastic potential. I'm excited to watch you guys grow and continue to work as you get up there with Coach K. I know he's got high expectations for you, and I know he's excited to get you up there. I would encourage you again, stay together. You know, continue to work as a team. You are definitely stronger as a team than you are as an individual. All right, so stay committed. Stay committed to your team. Right, to these young ladies around you. You need numbers. Right, at some point it becomes a numbers game. So you need those young ladies who may not feel like they're the star, but they can be a very good supporting cast. So stay together, and I don't expect anything less out of this group. Some fantastic leadership in this group of young ladies. So I wish you young ladies the very best in everything you do. Okay? All right, here we go. Players, if you would, give them 2 claps. I'll start with the managers, then go to the 7th grade, and then we'll end with this 8th grade group. All right, here we go. Managers, Allie Riley, Haley Dunlap. 7th grade basketball players, Lil Lohmeyer, Trevor Bird, Chloe Martin, Sydney Stronger, Laurel Lowry, Ray Ritchie, Lady Farwell, Madison McFarland, Gracie Hooker, Leah Regan, Lydia Renfro, Roz Williams, Nikki Trigo, Corey Dorman, and Harper Cody. She's good. Coach Spicer's good. She'll catch up. Eighth graders. We'll get your certificate, don't worry. Alright, here we go. Eighth graders. Emery Speaks. Julia Kitzelman. Riley Brown. Addie Watson. Peyton Pitts. Addie Couch. Alexis Riley. Mallory Patterson. And Kenny McFarland. Thanks again. Give these young ladies a great round of applause, please. Looks like boys track is up next.
So I'm going to talk track a little bit here, junior high boys. Again, you know, it's kind of the same thing. A lot of the other coaches have said there's just so many people to thank when it comes to, you know, any sports season. There's a lot that goes into it. Obviously, you know, I think we all started with Mr. Reedman. I mean, the work he does and everything behind the scenes and to make things happen. I mean, I don't think you realize how much he puts in and how much time he puts into this, you know, our school district. And, you know, we're very, very appreciative. I know all the coaches are of him. You know, we go to a lot of track meets. I've been to a tons of track meets in my life. And our home track meets that we run here, our middle school meet, is by far the best ran track meet we go to all season. And I'll be honest, I mean, you know, the coaches help with it. You know, we do what we can, but, you know, that credit goes to Mr. Reedman. I mean, he gets that ready and he's prepared and has everything ready to go. Puts a lot of time in outside of the meet time. You know, it's just a credit to him, just a little bit of this for what he does for us. I'd also like to thank the coaches that we have. I mean, I still think we have one of the best junior high coaching staffs that, you know, you could ever want. Coach Boss, both Coach Bosses, I guess, Coach Smith, and Coach Gangbein. I mean, we coach, you know, middle school track. I kind of agree with what, you know, Mr. Smith said earlier about, you know, a lot of people say, oh, it's just junior high or it's, you know, it's just middle school. I feel like, you know, our middle school tracks get the best, and a lot of it is because of our coaches. So real quick, Just, you know, a quick note about our seasons. You know, kind of like what all the other seasons. I mean, this group, I expected nothing less than really, really good things. And, you know, that's really what we got. Our season kind of comes down to our league meet, I guess. It's kind of the way we focus and what we get ready for, you know, as far as like what, you know, the end of the season, you know, our league meets are the big one. Our 7th graders this year, we took 11 athletes to lead, which is not very many, to be honest. Track is kind of a numbers game. You got to have a lot of people. You got to score a lot of points. But those 11 actually ended up in 4th place with 81 points. So we're only 11 at league, scoring 81 points. That's a pretty darn good day. Our 7th grade team is a small team. It's not a large group like our 8th graders, but there are a lot of really, really good athletes in there, a lot of good future tracksters. I'll be honest, next year, you know, when we left the league meet this year, I told the other coaches next year our 7th graders will compete for the league title as 8th graders, and I really feel that way. So 7th grade had a really good season. 8th grade track, okay. As a team, we won every meet but one. We lost the first meet of the season. Yeah, we did the first meet of the season at Council Grove to southeast of Saline. But I kid you none, they had like 700 kids out the track or something like that. It was insane. But that's the only meet we did not win. We won a lot of meets by 60, 70, 80 points. When it came down to the league meet, we are the Flint Hills Junior League champions again. This group is the 2nd year in a row this group has won it. We scored 138 points. And I think the nearest team was 103, something like that. So we knew we had to come out and be pretty good in the league meet because there were a couple teams that were, you know, kind of worried us a little bit. And I feel like we really showed up on league track day and we're ready to go, ready for the league title, which we did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to announce that the boys teams, both of them, and then Coach Smith and I are going to do our medal ceremony for the league meet here as well. You know, getting a league medal at the league meet is a big deal. You know, first off, they're awesome medals, really nice, but you know, secondly, the league meet, you know, is like I said, it's what we build for, it's what we look for every year, and what we tell them we're working for. So we'll do that ceremony as well. So I want to start off with the 7th graders first. Like I said, not a large group, but man, there's a lot of potential and a lot of good things, and I feel like next year they're going to compete for the league title. So first off, 7th grade is Brody Kirkpatrick. Oh, come on, people. Come on. Brody Kirkpatrick. Now you're talking. Reed Silver. Also with these, by the way, so I'm telling this to the boys, so they just don't take these and toss them in the trash. The first page of this is a certificate. The second page is every single throw, run, jump, everything they did through the whole year. I compiled all this. I want them to keep it. I want them to want to build on it. Every single thing you did, every event is on here. So keep it. Don't throw it away. Just FYI. Zach Green. Camo Jackson. Julian Farrer. Colton Collins. Gunnar Tincher. Lakin Peterson. Daniel Shoemake. Mason Hordeman. Cameron Silgenberg. Alex Seacrest. Tristan Price. And Colton Sims. 8th grade boys were Severin Rummel, Dylan Teal, Colin Curley, David Noonan, Tate Smith, Austin Bowen, Ashton Rousey, Dane Lacey, Gage Garner, Kason Parsons, Holden Vaughn, Landon Hedgie, Levi Bunches, Matthew Leonard, Roman Rummel, Colby Fagan, Quentin Stark, Lucas Standmeyer, Leighton Moon, Harrison Bailey, Gavin Erickson, and Isaac Carnes. As you can see, I think we ended the year with 39 total boys out for middle school track, which is awesome. And I'll kind of repeat what Coach Ford said earlier, and I think every coach has mentioned. The involvement in our school is important, and I feel like everybody needs to get involved in something. Whether it be, again, there's going to be a lot of opportunities. There always is to get involved in something. I love seeing this huge amount of boys coming out for track. I think it's important. Girls team had a lot out too, but large numbers important to our school. All right, now I'm going to do real quick the Flint Hills League medals. Again, 2 claps after I mention the person's name would be great. So I'll just try to do it over here. First, 7th grade boys, 3rd place, 7th grade boys, 400 meters. Mason Borderman. Okay, good. 3rd place, 7th grade boys, triple jump. And 3rd place, 7th grade boys, mile, Mason Borderman. 7th grade boys, 2nd place, shot put, Gunner Tincher. 7th grade boys, 2nd place, 4x2 relay of, great name for 7th grade boys, 4x2, so I know, it's been a lot. Gunner Tincher, Colton Semp, 7th grade boys, 2nd place, 7th grade boys, 4x1 was Leighton Peterson. Colton Semp, Shoemake, and Colton Collins. And 2nd place, 7th grade boys, 4x4 of Leighton Peterson, Mason Borderman, Colton Semp, and Shoemake. And we had 2 7th grade boy gold medals. Actually, this person had a heck of a day. 7th grade boys discus champion, league discus champion, Gunner Tincher. And 7th grade boys turbo javelin champion, Gunner Tincher. All right, now we'll go 8th grade boys league medals. 3rd place, 8th grade boys, 100 meter, Dylan Teal. 3rd place, 8th grade boys high jump, Quentin Stark. 3rd place, 8th grade boys, 400 meters, Quentin Stark. And 3rd place, 8th grade boys, 100 meters, in Lucas Standmeyer. All right. 2nd place now, silvers. 8th grade boys, 100 meter hurdles, Jason Parsons. 8th grade boys, high jump, Tate Smith. 8th grade boys, 400 meter, Ashton Rousey. 8th grade boys, 2 mile, Landon Hedgie. 8th grade boys, mile, Tate Smith. 8th grade boys, third place, or second place, 4x200 relay of Severin Rummel, Jason Carson, Lucas Stanbar, and Ashton Ralph. All right, we had a few gold medals in the 8th grade boys division. First place, 800-meter champion, Flint Hills League, Tate Smith. The 2-mile champion, Flint Hills Junior League, Colton Vaughn. The first place, Turbo Javelin League champion, Mason Carson. And we had 2 relays that are league champs as well. The 4x100 of Mason Parsons, Severin Rummel, Dylan Teal, and Ashton Rousey. And finally, our last league champion, 8th grade boys 4x4. This relay, just a quick note, the school record in this relay is 3:57.94. And this group at Alma ran a 3:57.99. So about as close as you can get to a school record without leading the school record. I remember when that record was set, I said, I don't know that anybody will ever run a sub 4x4 in junior high. You know, in a long time, and this group did it a short time later. So I guess if there was a second fastest time in middle school, they could have it. But the league champions of the 4x4 were Quentin Stark, Severin Rummel, Nate Smith, and Dylan Teal. And before I have one more thing that we're going to do here, or we want to do that all together at the very end of school records. I'm going to have Coach Boss announce some of the school records that we set this year, the boys. Before we do that, give these guys one more round of applause.
Not sure why they wanted me to announce the school records. Maybe because I spent hours and hours and hours waiting at Turbo Javelins to get them over with and running those, so that might be my reward. You know, athletics are about a lot more than records, right? We have those record boards for a reason. They give you goals and places you want to get and things that you want to shoot for. So when they are broken, it's a big deal. Obviously, we have 4 new Turbo Jab records this year. We're not having that event before. So we're excited about those. At the same time, we have multiple other school records that were set on the boys and girls side, and obviously some that were close. And with the kids we had, honestly, we took those kids around and probably broke some more. But we have a team-first approach when it comes to meets and leagues and wanting to win those, and we think that's important. Okay? All right, so here's what we have for new boys school records. In regards to Turbo Jab, with it being a new event, you know, and it's something that I'm passionate about, you want to end the year with some distances that are respectable. Even though it's going to be a school record no matter what, I want it to be a record that makes kids, you know, starting next year strive for. Our boys' 7th grade Turbo Jab record is now set at 98 feet, 8 inches, and that is Gunnar Tincher. We have a new school record in the 8th grade boys triple jump. That is Quentin Stark at 36 feet 6 inches. The other 2 school records honestly may not have happened because about a month before they happened, Casey didn't know if he wanted to run the hurdles anymore, and Casey had never picked up the Turbo Jab. So as we worked through some event stuff with him and trying to decide what to do, he chose to continue with hurdles and set that record at 15.67. And about once every 2 weeks, I would make him pick up his turbo jab because I had a sneaking suspicion that he could throw it a little ways, and he could. And then the last week or so, as we schemed to win league, which we do, we crunch a lot of numbers. We're kind of nuts with the stats kind of stuff and figuring it out. We had him go ahead and kind of move forward with the event, and he literally did bomb one. 124 feet, 6 inches, and it was the best turbo jab throw that I saw all year at any meets. Hands down, nothing close.
Alright, so once again, congrats 8th grade and 7th grade boys both on a successful season. As you can see, I mean, we could spend hours talking about it, so it must mean it was pretty darn good. So I think next is the girls track. So boys, if you want to exit the stage, girls, come on up.
All right, as the ladies make their way up here on stage, I would like to, again, say all the things that I said earlier. I'd like to touch on a little bit what Coach Patterson mentioned about how much we appreciate Mr. Reedman and what he does for our own track team. I'm a little bit of a unique person when it comes to this sport. I think it's one of the funnest things for me is observing a track team that's run really, really well. There's not many things more enjoyable than watching a track meet that is run really, really well, races competed really, really well, and you're not standing around waiting. But there's also not much that is more frustrating than watching a track meet that is run very poorly. And you're still doing a lot of standing around and watching and not doing anything. So I really appreciate all the effort that goes into making that track meet a success. Just a couple things about these girls I want to take a moment to talk about. This is, I think, one of the toughest group of girls that I have coached. I remember the 7th graders talking with Coach Patterson, Coach Voss after the first couple of running workouts. We work them pretty hard, and we had several girls that we were just amazed at. Right off the bat, as 7th graders, usually there's a little bit of a learning curve in track. Just about how to get through the running workouts. You know, it's the thing that the basketball coach makes you do after practice, right? It's the thing that all your other coaches make you do when you're in trouble. And it's the thing that we expect you to do every day, multiple times, in terms of getting yourself ready to go up and compete. And these girls have really stepped up over the last couple of years and really set the bar pretty high in terms of just mental toughness, physical toughness. We ask them to do a lot, especially on the track. And I really, really appreciate that. The girls had a really great season. The 8th grade girls were in the top 3 of, I believe, every meet except one that we went to. The 7th grade girls were in the top 3 of most of the meets when we went up against league schools. I was crunching the numbers, and I really felt strongly that we had a good shot at a top 3 finish in both divisions and a shot at even a first place finish in both divisions. And we did make top 3 finish in both divisions. 7th grade girls were 3rd place, Flint Hills League 3rd place. Give a round of applause. And the 8th grade girls repeated for the 2nd year in a row as Flint Hills League champions. Now, Coach Gonzalez was talking about just a little bit about that competition that the boys and these girls kind of have. We kind of were running a little back and forth medal count competition week after week. As we did the medal presentation, and we were pretty. So the girls took the lead from the start, and then the boys caught up after a couple meets, and then they took the lead. There's a lot of those boys, so they were able to get more medals than we did throughout the course of the year. Okay, I would say that the league track meet, we scored exactly the same number of points in the 8th grade girls division. But I believe we have about half as many girls. So if you look at points per girl, we got you. And they're going to go back and forth with each other about that, just like Mr. G was saying. They're going to razz each other, and they're going to look for where they can kind of, keep being competitive about things. And I don't expect that to stop. I do think that's a great thing. It's a driving thing for this group. I keep reminding them that those rivalries and that competitiveness is awesome if it is driving you to be better and it's driving you to improve. But if it turns into negativity, then that's no good for anybody. Just keep it driving you to make yourself better. Okay, I would like to take a moment and just introduce the girls real quick. All right, 7th graders, we have Brent Murray, Tori Norton, Reagan Farwell, Kenna Aaron, Gracie Hawkins, Harper Keenan. I think I said that name wrong. Harper Cummings, Lily Lomeyer, Laurel Lowry, Dylan Reeves, Allie Riley, Riley Staley, Sydney Stronger, Nikki Trigo, and Roz Williams. 7th grade girls had a really good season. I was really, really pleased. They competed in every single event that I asked them to do. One of the things that's difficult about the sport of track and field is that you don't just get ready to go run a race or do an event. Okay? You have to get ready to go compete, build yourself, get yourself warmed up, get yourself meet ready, get yourself ready to compete, go compete, and then wait. And then do it again in about 30 minutes or 45 minutes. And then do it again. And one of the things that I challenge the girls regularly is I give them the maximum number of events that I can give them. It's training throughout the season. Some of it's about I want them to compete and win events. Some of it's about getting us ready, building up for that lead meet at the end. We had numerous medals in the 7th grade girls. We had a couple of league champions. We'll talk about those in just a moment. But I'm really, really proud. I'm really proud of my number one statistic is we were 98% of the events I entered them in, they completed. And that was only a couple that I was okay with when we did. So that's a really important number to me. All right, 8th grade girls. Ellie Boner, Jane Bossick, Mariah Gentry, Brooklyn Johnson, Julie Kitzelman, DJ Long, Sarah Lowry, McKenna McFarland, Dallas Mead, Mallory Patterson, Peyton Pitts, Allison Sloop, Zay Spade, Emery Speaks, Addison Watson, Carolina White, and Emily White. So again, 8th grade girls had another phenomenal season. We were in the top 2, top 3 at almost every meet that we went to. One of the things that I noticed at every meet that we went to, if Mission Valley was there, they were right there behind us in points on almost every meet. And I won. Track and field is an easy sport to see as an individual sport because you see one kid on the track at a time, one kid competing, one at a time. No one can help them. They're there by themselves. You don't have a team to get you to rebound or block for you. You've got to do it by yourself when you're on the track or in the ring or on the runway. But there's a team score to it. And if we can all commit together as a team that I'm going to work as hard as I can, and you're going to work as hard as you can, and we're all going to try to score as high of points as we possibly can in the meet, then we can all come together, we can all win, and we can all be the league champions. And we're going to, Coach Patterson announced the medal winners, and I'm going to announce the medal winners, but I do want to make sure that we recognize and just appreciate the 4th place, 5th place, 6th place kids that score points but don't get medals. Those are huge. Okay, so girls, if you were a 4th place, 5th place, 6th place finisher in an event, step forward real quick. Okay? And boys, if you were a 4th place, 5th place, 6th place finisher, stand up real quick. These are the finishes, these are the points that make the difference between 2nd place and 1st place. These are the points that win the thing for you. So let's give all these guys a round of applause. They don't get their name announced as often for those points, but those points are huge. Okay? So, like Coach Boss mentioned, we're kind of numbers crunchers. I've been going through digging up. One thing I like about technology is now I can find meet results all over the internet, and I don't have to go calling all the coaches to try to find them, which I've done in the past. But I dug through, and I found meet results from everywhere I could find, and I started pre-scoring and figuring on the league meet about 3 weeks in advance, trying to figure out, okay, it's like playing chess, and who's going to compete in what events, and how can I move them around, and not necessarily score the most medals with that kid, but how can I gain the most points? How can the team gain the most points? And I had this in my pre-scoring, beating Mission Valley, the 8th grade girls by 5 points. And that scares me a little bit because 5 point swings really fast in track. Really, really fast. We did have a little bit of a help. Unfortunately, Mission Valley's one of their best athletes didn't make it. They hurt their foot on Sunday before the league meet. But again, I'm a nerd and a stats guy, so I went back and rescored. We ended up winning the meet by 56 points. But I went back and looked at the numbers. What if she had been there? Because I don't like to have that little asterisk next to the fact that we won. What if she had been there? So I gave them all the points that she probably should have gotten. And I looked at some of the performances that our girls and our boys did on the day. It was a horribly hot, humid day. And our kids' mental and physical toughness just started to showcase throughout the entire day. When other schools were fatiguing because of the heat and they weren't doing their best, our kids were stepping up and not only performing well, but performing best efforts for the season. That's a great testament to their mental toughness, their physical toughness. It's a reminder that's why we ran those repeat 400s that day. Right? Remember those workouts that we did enjoy doing? It's for days like that that we do those things. I rescored that meet, and had we not had a few girls step up and compete out of their mind, we had a 6th place finish in the hurdles that ended up being a 2nd. We had a 6th place finish I expected in the 100, turning into a 2nd. And we had what I was expecting to be a 5th place finish and 6th place in the javelin, turning into 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. We still win by a margin of 16. So I want to really appreciate our girls for stepping up and really, really competing well. It was a great day. And let's share the medals now. All right. 7th grade girls. 3rd place, 100 meter dash, Lily Loma. Oh, these guys clap better than that. Lily Loma. Okay. 3rd place, high jump, 7th grade girls, Riley Saylor. 3rd place, told me at the beginning of the year that this young lady would drop an enormous personal best effort in 3,200 meters and get second, I would have been amazed. She ran a phenomenal race, second place, 3,200 meters, for 11. Now, I told her she needs to start cross country back and not wait. Don't be excited about that. All right. Gold medals for the 7th grade. Lingo's league champions in 7th grade girls triple jump, Billy Womack. The first place Lingo's league champion in the 800 meters, Frank Barlow. And first place, this is my favorite event of the entire day in any track. The last meet of the day, the last race of the day, this is the race I think shows how tough your team is. You still got 4 kids that can compete hard at the end of the day and compete for it and run out hard for money. League champions, 7th grade girls, 4x400 meter relay, Frank Barlow. Billy Womack. Let's go. 8th grade girls. 4x100 meter relay. 3rd place with Judy Disselman. DJ Struggle, Agnes Watson. Mallory Patterson. And DJ Long. And 3rd place in the 4x200 meter relay. Okay, Judy Disselman. Madison Watson. Mallory Patterson. And DJ Long. All right. 3rd place in the 8th grade girls 3,200 meters was Valerie. And 3rd place in the turbo javelin, Peyton Pitts. 3rd place in the 1,600 meters was Mason. 1,600 meter javelin. And 3rd place 800 meters. Wow. 2nd place medals. 8th grade girls 100 meter dash. Now the dash. Now we're going to hear that day that I don't know how that awesome race. 2nd place 8th grade girls 1,600 meters. 2nd place in the 8th grade girls 800 meters, Jake Bossy. 2nd place, 8th grade girls 100 meter hurdles, Julie Gibson. Like they're saying about Jason in the hurdles, we worked really hard the last 2 weeks getting our footwork and timing down on the hurdles. Both Julia and Jason and Lucas, and they all 3 dropped amazing personal best times that week. And 2nd place, 8th grade girls turbo javelin, Madison Watson. Wow. Gold medals. Okay. 1st place, 8th grade girls, Little League champion, 800 meters, Henry Speaks. And 1st place, 8th grade girls, 1,600 meters, Henry Speaks. 1st place, 8th grade girls, 3,200 meters, Jake Bossy. And then came my favorite race of the day. That last one, came still run a 400 really hard. Yeah. After everything else you've done on the day. 1st place, Flint Hills League champions, 4x400 meter relay, Jake Bossy. Madison Watson. So, again, a really, really great season. A lot of great efforts. Those girls, I put a lot of pressure, a lot of running, a lot of expectations in track meets on those girls. They were loaded up with 4 events. They ran the longest events that are possible on the track, and we loaded as many girls as we possibly could in those events. And it's because of that that they found the success they have, because of their willingness to compete, their willingness to sacrifice for the team, not only as individual things, but just the effort and the hard work it takes in order to make that happen. So once again, 7th grade girls, 3rd place, Lynn Hills League Track Meet. Give them a round of applause. And the 8th grade girls are your repeat 2-time Flint Hills League champions. Thank you very much. Oh, and I almost forgot about the school record. So I do want to say, why did we ask Coach Voss to do this? He mentioned he's not quite sure why. Well, Coach Voss puts a tremendous amount of time into helping develop these young athletes and these young people. Between his efforts as a coach, leader with the SCA program, he puts a lot of time and effort into helping them become better. He puts a lot of time and effort into tracking statistics, and I think that I really, really appreciate that. Coach Patterson and I agreed that we wanted him to have something that he could stand up here and present to these kids, because he deserves it. Here's Coach Paul.
All right, let's look at this list of girls. New junior high track records for Ocean City. In the 7th grade girls, triple jab. We have Tori at 63 feet, 7 inches. We have Addie Watson at 77 feet, 5 inches. Triple jump, 30 feet, 8.5 inches. And these last two, I always tell everybody I'm not very good at numbers, and 8th graders can attest to that, I'm sure. I don't think you can count the number of laps. Mr. Bellinger said this. Being a distance runner is a whole different beast. The toughness it takes to train for it, run it in meets, and recover, it's crazy. And everybody said it. I mean, the upside for these two ladies is just awesome, and I think it's deserving for their names to be up there. In the mile, we have Emery East at 5:42.85. And in the 2 mile, we have Jake Bossy at 13:46.16.
I think we have cheerleaders next. Thank you.
All right. These cheerleaders up here, we had a great year together. They always work hard. Cheer is the only year-long activity. We start in August and we're not done until March. So, good for them. We got to do Spirit Spreader in Rockville. These ladies marched in both the fair and the Christmas parade. They put on pep assemblies and did Spirit Week and made locker signs for everybody. So they really go a long way in helping spread that cool spirit. So I want to thank them for all their hard work this year, and I really enjoyed working with them. We've got Ellie Boner, Gracie Hokinson, Lillian Lohmeyer, DJ Long, Chloe Martin, Dylan Reed, Allison Sloop, and Carolina White. I'm short, sweet ladies. Thank you. I'm next to Quiz Bowl. So Quiz Bowl, come on up here. All right. Quiz Bowl here. They they kind of carried on this theme that we've heard and with all the other activities. This was the best season that I've ever had as a coach with them. We placed in every single meet, either A team or B team, and there was only one meet where we didn't bring home a first place. So they did phenomenal this season, and I'm really proud of them. We had 14 participate, and I hit 12, so they all got to participate a lot this year, and I thought that was great. So this is kind of how they finished. At the Osage meet, A team brought home second, and B team got first. At Council Grove, A team got first, and B team got second. At Chase County, A team got fourth, and B team got first. At Mission Valley, A team got fourth, and B team got second. And at the league meet, the A team brought home first, and the B team brought home second. So they did great. All right, we had Harrison Bailey, Brady Bowen, Colton Collins, Tori Dorman, Sawyer Dorsey, Gavin Erickson, Julian Park, Tatum Little, Lillian Lohmeyer, Austin McConnell, Levi Punches, Leah Riemann, Rowan Rummel, and Holden Bond. Thank you guys. Up next is Ms. Anna with Student Council.
because of the support that we get. And just last week, or I don't know, 2 weeks ago, it's all a blur now, but we had a community kindness activity where each seminar took on a different task around town to just kind of chip in. From my seminar, cleaned up 4th Street, down around the golf course. I mean, you would be amazed at how much trash we picked up just from the elementary school down 4th Street and right around the Osage City Lake. 2 full garbage bags, and helped clean up the Lowmeyer Creek as well. And thankfully, I was able to keep them out of the creek. That probably was harder than anything else. But anyway, helped out with the parks, down at ECAT, down at the rec building. I mean, just a ton of community service happens on that day. And so I stress to these kids all the time, be appreciative of what we have here in the Osage community, and you can show that appreciation by giving back. So I challenge these guys as the 7th graders step into 8th grade roles, as the 8th graders go into high school. I challenge them to continue to be a part of their community and in whatever way they can. And make sure when they're out and about, make sure that they're showing and letting these businesses know that we appreciate them. You know, being in a small town, all of our local businesses get hit up all the time, right? You know, we have some business owners in the crowd right now. We know just how much you guys give back to us, and we appreciate that. I want these guys to appreciate it. So, real quick, I just want to acknowledge my officers, Allison Sloop, Tyson Bolin, Chloe Martin, Brody Thompson, and Dylan Teal. Thank you guys very much for being great leaders. We appreciate that. And give these guys one more big round of applause, please. All right, up next, honor roll. You guys come see. Hey, while these guys are exiting, I was just talking to Mr. Smith about, you know, the league championships, and just as a point of reference, we won 10 out of the possible 14 league championships this year as a middle school. Is that right, Coach Smith? 10 out of 14. That is unbelievable. Hey, give yourself another big round of applause. Absolutely. Mr. Capacity, you could report to the stage, please.
All right, we're getting towards the end, so we're going to get through this pretty quick. We're getting close to 11:30. I know you guys don't have anything else to do today, so if we got to go a little bit longer, that's all right. You got all summer to cover, right? Okay, so we've had a lot of coaches and sponsors up here. Working with you guys throughout the years, teachers. So real quickly, let's give them all a big round of applause. As successful as we've been in everything else, this is what's most important to me, our grades and what we're getting done here at school. So that's why we always save it till last. Always very proud of our middle school. Our honor roll, we have a lot of great students, and you guys do a great job. So we'll recognize each one at a time. We'll do by grade level, have you come up. You can give them 2 claps after I say their name. We'll get them up here, give them their certificate, and you can go back and find your seat. So we will start with 8th grade superintendent's honor roll. This is the highest honor roll of a 4.0. Harrison Bailey, Jaden Bossy, Rachel Cochran, Lucas Cantenbaum, Julian Kitzelman, Austin Lamb, Luke, Tate Smith, Zeta Spade, Emery Speaks, Dylan Teal, Austin Dexter. Those are your 8th graders. Come on up, Bob. All right, we'll do our 7th grade superintendent's honor roll. Victoria Gorman, Julian Barrett, Zach Green, Harper Koenig, Daniel Yang, Tatum Little, Laurel Lowry, Chloe Martin, Austin McConnell, Dylan Reed, Leah Riemann, Cameron Silverberg, Reed Silver, Sydney Strongman, Gunnar Tincher, and Mason Wortman. Give them all a big round of applause. All right, 6th grade superintendent's honor roll. Kenzie Bellinger, Taylor Boss, Sophia Brad, Connor Marsh, Jack Doolin, Hazel Phillips, Titan Price, Sawyer Speed, Abigail Stark, and Liam Bond. Give them a big round of applause. Next up, 8th grade principal's honor roll. Ellie Bonner, Brady Bowen, Addie Couch, Gavin Harrison, Matthew Leonard, Allie Beach, Casey Parsons, Mallory Patterson, Levi Punches, Devin Rummel, Emily Van Hay, Holden Bond, Addison Watson. Give them all a big round of applause. All right, 7th grade principal's honor roll. Thomas Monkowski, Brad Britsky, Alana Buckman, Brenna Bird, Colton Collins, Sawyer Dorsey, Haley Dunlap, Reagan Farwell, Camden Jackson, Billy Jones, Brody Kirkpatrick, Lillian Lohmeyer, Madison McFarland, Tyson Mullins, Riley, Lydia Sorrell, Quentin Stark, Brody Thompson, and Caroline White. Give them a big round of applause. Hey, 8th graders, if you just got here, make sure you don't have footings. All right, 7th grade, he's on a roll. Luke Garrett, Grayson Huggins, Lakin Peterson, Daniel Shoemake, and Nikki Trigo. Give them a big round of applause. And 6th graders, Indian honor roll. Emerson Barrett, Dylan Decker, Trim Dorsey, Noah Finley, Dawson Jones, Tate Lanou, Tate McKinney, Elizabeth Romine, Malachi Smith, and Lincoln Fields. All right, listen up. So, just some numbers for you. You know, we talked about numbers being a lot of things to a lot of people, but this is an important number. Just so you guys know, 122 out of 157 students made one of our honor rolls, so that's 78%. Okay, that's pretty awesome. All right, give yourselves all the round. Okay, once again, I want to thank everyone in here. We've had a great year. You guys have done a great job. I hope you all have a great summer. Okay, try to pick up a book every now and then. Try to stay off your phone every now and then. Get outside once in a while. All right, listen. Once you're dismissed, you can go back to your seminar